Ooh, now that we're doing music, I have to show this brother right here because a lot of the songs that just listen for yourself. He likes my posts when I share some of his posts. Dude's really cool. I plan to connect with him one of these days because he's already a dude that I can tell is definitely on that level. And this dude is just a monster with teaching mnemonic devices and how artists are very articulate and intentional with their bars, and just he also shows the connection between modern day trendier songs with words that jump back to ancient Egypt and certain work. This dude is a mastermind of his craft. Love it. And just as a dancer, I get the counts of the numbers and everything. Anyways, I'm talking about Ohmhasmeaning. This dude is dope. I'm going to show his clip and then we're going to get into the video. But since I'm already on this music wave, I thought I had to throw him in here for a commentary video. So shout out to Ohmhasmeaning. And yeah, I'm a little bit tired, so this intro is probably all over the place. I don't know. Remember to be your authentic self. Remember to love yourself. All of that great stuff. Remember to spread that love that you feel for yourself and unite. Unite in these times, guys. Have high level of discernment, high level of critical thinking, train it, and connect with one another. And let's get into this video.
Did you know the Smurfs were black at first? Did you know that Willy Wonka pulled the Oompa Loompas out the trees in Africa? Did you know the word fair is related to fire and is also a name for the color brown? Did you know that fairies are also called brownies, but just in the countries they're thought to be found? Did you know humanity used to be shorter? Did you know that pygmy was a slur? Did you know that the Twa of Botswana are older than most other tribes on the planet Earth? Did you know that Osiris decided to hire the Twa as musicians that went on tour? Did you know that the god named Ptah, who created himself in the world, was a little dwarf? Yeah, I got a short attention span, but I could stand to learn a little more.
So I wanted to use Ohmhasmeaning. Shout out to Ohmhasmeaning. You get fucking links down below. You got to go follow this dude. He's an absolute beast when it comes to lyricism, breaking it down so that you can rap too, and understanding the whole craft as just a master. He's a really dope individual. But the reason I wanted to use the video, not to truly talk about the Oompa Loompa thing, but also I thought it was funny that B.O.B. left a comment on this, because it was just like, I mean, I feel like when you hit a certain level in consciousness, you start like being in the same sort of collective of individuals that are also in, it's just resonance. Like you end up seeing, because I've noticed this with a lot of the content creators that I follow or that I've liked in the past. I start seeing ones that I never thought were conscious or kind of were thinking on that level, liking other posts. Like, oh man, wait till y'all see this in future videos I have. Like, I mean, Swaggy Laggy Golf Daddy and like Anti-Work Girl Boss, which I think her name is just Miss Anti-Work now, but never would have thought I would see them liking the certain posts that I like. I was like, yo, this is so cool, because it really feels like the collective is waking up. Sorry, that's me having my little boy giddy excited energy, because I feel like awakening and understanding what the world really is, and waking up, having the veil lifted off of you was such a taboo subject. And still to this day, it is very, taboo. I even find difficulty trying to explain it in certain videos when I just want to have a regular commentary video, because you start going at all points, because there's just so much that ties into each other. But it makes sense to you in the moment when you're trying to explain it. But it gets me so excited, because I'm glad that we now exist in a realm where it's like people are no longer fooled by what's going on, and they're getting real knowledge, and people are spreading real knowledge and expressing themselves authentically and not being scared. If we didn't have people like Ohmhasmeaning, B.O.B., Swaggy Laggy Golf Daddy, Miss Anti-Work Girl Boss, or tons of creators like Richie not expressing themselves like authentically and being who they were, we wouldn't have the uniqueness and the information that reality, I feel like, is really operating on. This like source, to me, source, God, all this is truly an authentic being that just can't be replicated. So when you have creators expressing who they truly are, I feel like that's damn near the closest you can get to source, when you're just truly expressing yourself. But anyways, I'm getting a little bit far off topic. That's the kind of the whole idea for this whole series, is just, it's me going off on these rambling and just putting all of the stuff I was doom scrolling in the past into a video, because instead of doom scrolling, might as well turn it into an art form of yapping, right? But yeah, to stay on the topic of, not exactly on the topic, but to draw a parallel of how he's breaking down Willy Wonka and the Oompa Loompas and all of this, you know, in conjunction with information that's out there in the world. A lot of these shows and series are inspired by that shit. A lot of people don't know, which I actually learned this today or yesterday, that Mickey Mouse, or like the reason that those characters wear white gloves, came from blackface characters. That shit blew my mind. Honestly blew my mind. And I don't know what to tell you. Like, the person that made the video said, look, these are facts that you just literally can't ignore. It says where the origin of these characters were created from, but the design for these Disney characters are old Disney characters just stayed around, but that's the origin. And that is with a lot of things. When it comes to the Hunger Games, Divergent, all of these mediums that exist out here, all these IPs, they are inspired even if the creator doesn't know, from a certain place. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar, the regular blue people. A lot of the stuff within the Avatar universe, when we're referring to the blue people, come from African cultures, Haitian cultures, this certain, you know, subsection, a group over here and off on this country. Like, it's wild, you know. And some of the times you have to dig below the surface to really find it. Sometimes it's obvious and right in front of your face. For me, with Divergent and things like Hunger Games, it's very obvious what they're putting right in front of your face, that we are in some sort of dystopian, and it's maybe less dramatic than how they portray it in a movie, of course, because a movie is going to play on the dramatics, but it's more covert and sub. I like the words like submarine right now that's coming to mind, but it's more sub and trying to submit you in the real reality we live in, where it's more under the surface. Subconscious comes to mind. There we go. It's just covert. It's hidden beneath the surface, like, for real. That's how it's going down. So, you know, but with a lot of stuff that's happening today and a lot of videos we're going to get into, a lot of the jig is up, you know, things that happen in Nepal. But, you know, the jig is up. People are waking up, and we're seeing people decode these movies now a lot more. Truman Show is really showing you all these movies are really, in a metaphysical sense, I'm giving the metaphysical breakdown, you could take it or leave it, take it with a grain of salt, are literally telling you the story of you. Even like Free Guy, I was told to watch Free Guy so many times. One of my closest bros was like, dude, you really got to watch Free Guy. And I was like, I really don't even want to, because I guarantee I will already have broke down the movie before I even watched it. I went back and watched Ready Player One, which is a phenomenal movie in my opinion, you know, to the book. I really liked it. And compared to the book, I read the book. But again, Ready Player One and all these things, like the funny thing in the beginning of Ready Player One is he had to go backwards. I don't want to spoil it, but it's very funny how all of these things are really about like the journey of the soul or the chosen one, even the Matrix, all of it. You are the chosen one. You know, all of this information that exists out there, it's really inspired off of one another, an ancient knowledge that already exists, and there's nothing new under the sun. And really, you just have to be there to connect. All the dots exist. You just got to connect the right ones. And that's just really all I got to say about that. And that's why I like putting Ohmhasmeaning in this video or in this series, because I think he's a very, very fucking cool content creator. Honestly, I'm low-key using this series to also just freely share certain individuals that I watch that I think are fucking amazing, or sometimes they're just a one-off meme that I laugh that they had, but certain individuals that I think really deserve a lot more attention for their craft and what they do. But definitely a dope individual. I'm going to wrap up the video with his numerology video and his astrology one, which are very, very sick. But yeah, man, even when it comes to numerology, I talk about the movie Murder by Numbers, or even gematria. Gematria is a big thing. I introduced my girlfriend and her best friend to gematria a little bit ago, and they started going off, finding crazy connections. It just broadened their worldview into certain things, and it was just so amazing to see the things that they discovered and patterns that they seen. But you know, and it was just so much fun. They almost got like a little bit addicted to it. But yeah, gematria is a really, really crazy thing when you start seeing things lined up with gematria because numbers don't lie, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the digits and everything. It's just, yeah, man, just this reality is definitely a coded experience, man. And it's coded by whatever you came here to experience, and also whatever being is here trying to have absolute and total control, which I say is the ones trying to have control of your mind. So again, while I wrap up this video, shout out to Ohmhasmeaning. And I don't know, a little fun fact, but when people say during conversation, I actually heard that and have a connection of when you're saying you're actually pulling information from a certain place. I don't know. That could be me trying to cope with when I pause instead of just saying instead of just pausing properly. But no, I actually heard a creator a long time ago say that's actually, since things are vibration, when you're going or like a meditation, you're pulling that information from a certain place within your mind. So I just thought that was a really cool thing, because you're essentially vibrating the pineal gland and your throat chakra. I don't know. Either way, little mystical stuff for y'all. But I want to end the video with his 2 videos about like numerology, like the digits, and I think it's Masonic numerology and also astrology as a science. Yeah, man, this world is coded. Learn the rules of the game for yourself. Also master your own controls, because you're the architect. Like the Matrix tried to tell you, this is the Truman Show. You're Truman. Just replace it with your name, and boom, you got what reality is. This place is a playground for beings. That's what I say. I've always, no matter what evolution and change I've gone through, I've always said the same thing. Reality is a playground for certain beings, for all beings, I think, to forget who they are, come here, remember who they are, and go home, as Ohm says in the end of his videos. Anyways, enjoy these last 2 videos I have from him. They're very, very sick, and I think they're cool, and I just want to share them here. So Ohm, don't kill me, man. I'm just sharing them. Or don't game end me. Sorry, I think YouTube will. Nah, no, it won't. Let's go. Much love, Moonlight. I'm out of here.
Bit by bit, creative imagination began with a new art form.